Carving wood moves me. I get lost in the wood. I get lost in three ways: intellectually, physically, and spiritually. Inspirations come from everywhere. I wonder if Picasso would feel pleased that he inspired me here. Intellectually lost. What's on my mind? What am I feeling? What do I see in the wood? Seeing a figure in the wood to me is like making pictures out of clouds. What do I want to make? How will I start? You can see I start very simply, just pencil on wood. Lost physically. It feels good to carve into a piece of wood. It's also a great stress reliever. Initially, there's a lot of artistic and technical problem solving. Each piece of wood has its own requirements, and I explore slowly. Meditation by 1,000 cuts. There's a turning point where my hands suddenly know what to do without thinking about it. This is my dog Ardo. I shaped him by closing my eyes and feeling the wood. My hands remember the shape of him in ways that my eyes could not see. My sculptures are meant to be caressed as much as looked at. They're big soothing stones. A friend who picked up this whale and walked around cradling it like a baby said it felt like his brand new granddaughter. I'm fascinated by crows. They're smart and sleek and beautiful. I was going to make a much more detailed crow, but realized when I got to this point that it was finished and I'd ruin it with one more cut. I prefer understatement. Occasionally I get overly lost in the wood and I make mistakes, like the hole I chopped in the middle of this piece. No tossing mistakes into the fire, though. I just get more creative, and I think it looks much more interesting than if it had been a square with no hole. I made this little guy for my father. He taught me to carve when I was a kid. Thank you, Dad. Dancing Man was dancing with his right arm swinging out to the side until I knocked it off. So now he dances with both arms behind his back. It changed the dance entirely. Spiritually lost. Sometimes I have no words, so I make self-portraits. I made this portrait decades ago. I remember feeling very sad as I worked. I have absolutely no recollection what the problem was. Feelings pass. The boss from hell was at it again. I grabbed this oak log and pounded with all my might, intent on making a face as furious as I felt. By the time I broke through the bark, though, I was calmed right down, and the expression made itself into this sweet smile. Nightmare dance is pure youthful angst. The world was too much after me, and I just wanted to scream, "Leave me alone!" I love the hands in this carving. I love looking at hands. I think they speak as eloquently as voices do. I love carving hands. So here's another hand, and it's my hand. How very convenient to have a model attached to me. I learned a lot about my hand doing this, saw shapes and patterns I hadn't ever noticed before. I had the world in the palm of my hand here. Love, the happiest state. I'm dreamily gazing at my lover, my hand safely tucked under his. There are three features in my face self-portraits: eye bags, a long nose, and a crooked chin, just like my real face. Other than that, they're portraits of my spirit rather than the way I think I actually look. When my husband died, I went emotionally flat. I made this piece at the same time I felt that way. The eyes are wide open, but they're not seeing a thing. But now when I look at it, I can see the face is actually full of emotion. I love it when other people look at my sculptures and have their own interpretations. This is Mama Dove. I love to watch her all puffed up, hiding her babies under her breast outside my window. This is Mama from the front. I think she looks like a scarab from this view. My friend who made these wonderful sculpture portraits, Tim Byrne, insists this piece is a walrus, and he's disappointed that I won't make little tusks. I love it when other people apply their imaginations to what I've imagined. When I carved this fish, I pictured it gliding smoothly and slowly, switching its tail from side to side. It's no particular kind of fish. You can see that the grain is very distinctive, and it was fun to shape the undulations to highlight that grain. I showed my fish to a fellow artist. He picked it up, examined it thoroughly, and said, "This is a beautiful form. I don't know what it is, but this is clearly a beaky thing on the end." I did not disabuse him of that. This shell is in a gallery that has quite a few of my sculptures. The gallerist displays it set on its end. He doesn't see the shell, he sees an obelisk. I like to think the gallery's customers are picking it up, stroking it, and making up their own stories about what it is. Here I am at my bench, working with my favorite gouge and my mallet that my father made. You can see it's old and splintery, and I love the feel of it. I'm focused. I'm lost. To everyone watching this presentation, I hope you get lost too.